It's that time of the year again. The sun is shining. Okay, maybe not all the time, but this is as close to summer as we get to in this country. Well, until climate change does a number on us. To most of us, summer is a season of joy. It brings barbecues, ice creams, and even a trip to the beach. Well, it would if it wasn't 70 miles away and in Skegness. My punishment for living in the Midlands. But for about a quarter of us, summer is a season of dread. That moment when you become literally allergic to the world. A walk in the forest like this can become a complete nightmare. Trees are wise to the ways of making you sniffle. Plants lure you in like sirens with their pretty looks and snare you with their pollen. And grass, even the mention makes me, all horrific stuff, but this year, 2022, it seems to be a lot worse. And the question is, why? One of the more obvious suspects is a high pollen count, and this summer it's been at the higher end of the spectrum. Not unusually high, but when have the Met Office ever been wrong?
Earlier on today, apparently a woman rang the BBC and said she heard that there was a hurricane on the way. Well, if you're watching, don't worry, there isn't.
Never been wrong. Now, I'm sure Yolanda Clelou of the Health and Air Quality team is onto something when they mentioned potency in a recent press release. But what's actually meant by the potency of pollen? To save you a bit of time, I've literally just finished reading a scientific paper in the European Respiratory Journal to find out. Try saying that 5 times quickly. In short, what counts as potent depends on the mix of pollen you've been exposed to and urban pollutants. Another thing this isn't so good for. If you've been keeping up with the tabloids, you might have heard the concept of a pollen bomb mentioned. But in reality, it's nothing more than saying, there's a high pollen count because it's a bit too warm, wet, or windy. So as weird as it sounds, there's nothing particularly special about it this summer. Us allergy sufferers have to muddle way through with gallons of local honey, or rubbing our noses with Vaseline, or even getting off our tits some antihistamines. I wish there was, a better conclusion, but sorry. Are you still here?